Hi, Luciana. How are you?
Great. Good to see you again,
Very
Karash.
good to see you. Great. So thank you for doing this quick interview with me, Luciana. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of benefit from that. So before I start asking you some questions about your engagement with us, tell me a little bit about what you do, what your job is, and what you do.
Sure. I work for Visa, and I am leading product and commercialization for what we call our Treasury as a Service business. So in that capacity, I work with a lot of our cross-border products around the world to deliver a better product in the market for all of our clients who are doing cross-border transactions.
Wonderful. And do you mind sharing what got you interested in working with us, what your situation was?
Sure. I'm always one that's been interested in learning more and how do I better myself? How do I learn new skills? How do I think about progressing from more of a subject matter expert to a leader in my field and in my organization? And I thought in how you described what you focus on, there was a really good fit there in terms of how do you make that progression in a tangible, really pragmatic way rather than the more theoretical uh, kind of frameworks for getting that done.
Very good. And what happened as a result of us working together? What results did you see? What changes have you been able to achieve?
I think the first thing was a really just a deeper sense of where do my skills lie, and most importantly, what are my blind spots, and understanding how some of my strengths can also become blind spots depending on the situation. How am I being perceived by others? Really working on what is it that I deliver as a contribution to the organization, and what's really going to form that brand that I can take forward as I step into more of a leadership role, not just in my organization, but just more broadly in my career. The second thing is I would say I've gotten a lot more disciplined about, again, back to the pragmatic, tactical things, looking at my calendar, figuring out how am I spending my time, really focusing on decluttering the calendar and spending time where I feel like I can make the most impact. So I would say those were the two biggest things.
Great. And what did you find most beneficial in the program for your situation?
I thought the materials in the Enneagram were really insightful, and it it it's a very in-depth program, but at the same time, it's very consumable. You just need to spend the time doing the work, really thinking about what is it that you're trying to get out of it. And I feel like you've done a fantastic job of creating that framework, but at the same time allowing each individual, regardless of their field and their level, to adapt it to their needs. And so for me, I didn't feel like there were pieces that were sort of left unanswered, or where I felt like, well, this is not exactly applicable to me. So it's actually pretty impressive in that regard.
Very good. Thank you. And what was the best strategy that you think in the program is working for you?
In terms of the changes, I think I go back to the one distinctive contribution and really focusing pretty maniacally on that and separating, like, what are the elements of that? Like, how do you define it? What are the elements of it? How do you then kind of pull the thread through how you're spending your time, how you're thinking about managing your team? What do you need to do more of? How do you take care of your blind spots in that situation? All focused on that one distinctive contribution.
Wonderful. And one last question, Luciana, what's your advice for people who are watching this? They may feel stuck in their current levels, they want to advance, and they're considering this program.
I mean, I wouldn't hesitate in doing it, right? It's an investment in yourself. And at the end of the day, the way I looked at it was you can use more tools always. And I found this to be a really great tool to do the work, and really figure out how do you get to the next level and what works for you and in your particular situation. But I think the toolkit is fantastic.
Very good. But thank you very much, Luciana, for all your input and going through this interview with me. I look forward to seeing your progress and staying in touch and seeing you achieve more and more successes down the road.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It's been
Okay.
a pleasure with you.
Very good. Good talking to you. Take care.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.